Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another Kaspa video. Life is good, my friends. We're up a little bit. Before we get into it, could you Mike Tyson the like and subscribe button? Here we are up 2%, but when you're looking long term, these daily price fluctuations aren't too big of a deal. Overall market is up a little bit. Obviously, you've probably seen the SEC is not going after ETH anymore. The ETH ETFs are on the horizon. Kaspa, the Rust rewrite is still kind of right where it was at, about 93, 94%. I have seen it go up to 97%. Hash rate looking beautiful. It did get way up there, but it's still way up there at 346 petahashes. Last 24 hours, mining revenue generated 1.2 million, almost 1.3 million for Kaspa, 1.7 million for Doge. So eventually, I think Kaspa will overtake there. You've probably seen Kaspa on X. A bunch of the guys are down there. They're shy on the stage, and you can see Kaspa can run at 3,000 transactions per second for more than 10,000 years with full nodes requiring less than 200 gigabytes of storage. And 200 gigabytes of storage, relatively speaking, is not that much. And as time goes on, it'll be even less and less. And so that is going there. There's still a lot of technology stuff that has to happen. The Rust, all the nodes using Rust is not even completely done. So you just got to put that, put that all into perspective. I don't know if you saw the headlines a few days ago or people talking about how Saudi Arabia ditched the petrodollar. That's also where you want to keep some of the things in perspective, because some people in crypto really want the dollar to go away. Like Watcher Guru is always talking about, like BRICS this and BRICS that, and BRICS is nothing right now. And since the dollar got weaponized by the United States, people are trying to move away from it. But a lot of people in crypto are really trying to say like Saudi Arabia was getting away from the petrodollar, and it was fake news because there was no agreement signed. And even after the United States and Saudi Arabia started working closer in 1974, they were still selling oil in sterling pounds. So it doesn't add up. And so you just got to keep a lot of things in mind with that. People say a lot of things, a lot of times to benefit their own perspective. And so, I don't know, tying back into Kaspa, there's a lot of awesome things, and a lot of people are excited about the technology, and a lot of people are excited it's going to have a great bull run. And right now we're just kind of in that sideways action. This is a good video. I don't know if you've seen any of Bob Lucas's videos. He doesn't post very much, but he's talking about what he thinks is going to happen this cycle, and he sees it as a good sign that we're going sideways. The ETFs and the excitement leading up to the ETFs kind of ran Bitcoin's price up, and it's building a solid foundation right now. He thinks it could potentially go back down to the 50s, but it might be later towards the end of the year in September, October, before Bitcoin really races up. Now, Kaspa's got some other catalysts that could happen before then, but I'm prepared for maybe a dip or even going sideways a little bit more and for months, and that's fine. That's more chance to load up and just be patient. There's people that are these dips, are getting their knees are shaking and they're fumbling their positions. So you got to hold strong, keep everything in perspective, what your game plan is. I don't know if you're looking 2030, whatever, if you're looking next year. And then, once the price goes higher, people always move the goalpost of what they think the price can be. But for me, that's what I'm going to keep. I like a lot of where the technology is going. So far, really right now, like Kaspa is on trajectory for something, really good. You can see 357,000 addresses now, but right now it's not doing 3,000 blocks per second. And that takes time to develop all that. And so you got to be patient. So in some sense, they haven't solved the trilemma yet in terms that they haven't proved, the blockchain hasn't proved how fast it can go without breaking. Obviously, Solana is not very centralized, and it breaks a lot when it's ramped up. So you just got to be patient and keep that in mind. There's if people like, well, I don't think there's enough data on Kaspa for the power law to be relevant, but to me, everything with Kaspa is pointing in the right direction. You just got to also kind of stay grounded. What's possible, and anything's possible. None of us know what the price is, and Even the smartest people don't know exactly what Bitcoin's going to do, and Bitcoin's kind of leading the charge. But I could see it's possible that Bitcoin does go sideways until September, October. Who knows? Kaspa, I feel like might could have a couple catalysts with the KRC20 that could make it move differently than Bitcoin. So that's exciting. I just think there's a lot of exciting stuff. And eventually, when it could get to 3,000 transactions per second, once it 10 blocks a second, once there's more block space, and that's what's going to be interesting with KRC20 to see what kind of block space demand there is there for that. Um, oh, I guess there is sound there, so I guess we're good there. So, yeah, it's exciting that, if it could get up there, and that's not going to happen anytime soon because I don't know, it might be next year before 10 blocks per second, and this Bob Lucas is a pretty reasonable guy. And even though it's not Casper related, it still kind of all ties back into that because what Bitcoin does kind of, Caspa can outperform Bitcoin, but the better that Bitcoin does, the better it is for Caspa. It just gives a higher ceiling for the altcoins to go up. And so with, Bitcoin going sideways for the next few months, possibly, but no one knows. I mean, maybe it peaks in May of next year. Maybe it peaks in October of next year. We don't know exactly when this cycle peak is going to go. So that's why you just got to keep all those. If you're planning on taking profit, which pretty much most of everything, I plan on taking profit and keeping some small bags for the future and dollar cost average out. I'm not going to just sell a lump sum of anything, dollar cost average out. And, depending on where everything goes, Caspa will probably be really geared up and it'll probably go down in the bear market like everything does. And at the same time, it'll be building out a good technology. So it could be really, I mean, it's going to do good this bull run, but a lot of this tech stuff could really be coming into fruition more for the next bull run. But with still a lot of catalysts, 10 blocks per second, if that happens next year, tier one exchange listings, KRC20. So a lot of different stuff, smart contracts, which aren't happening anytime soon. But so I think it's cool. So link, please. Let's see. Let's try to work on that link. I'll put the link in the description too after I post the video and the comments. So yeah, this Bob Lucas video is a good video, talking about how his theory. He's sure at first, the last video I saw, which was a couple months ago, he wasn't sure if it was going to be kind of a left, peaking cycle or right peaking. Now that we kind of cooled off a little bit since rearing up with the ETFs, he's thinking that we could be going sideways until maybe October, maybe even back down to 51,000 or 55,000. So you got to be prepared for that. But Caspa does have some catalysts that could make it perform differently. Overall, it'll probably trend with the market. But with the KRC20s and stuff, it could be doing something a little bit different. So I'll put a link into this video in the description and the comments. I guess that's all. It's exciting. There's, Shy and a lot of the people in the Caspa community are going around to different conferences, spreading the word, getting a lot of people excited. And personally, right now, I think the overall crypto space, it's like it's like people are pouring gasoline on a bunch of wood, and the fire is going to get lit, and it's going to get hot and heavy. I think later this year and then early next year. So Casper price prediction. I could see potentially maybe if things go really good, maybe $2 or $3 next year. But I don't have some magic ball. I think that that's a pretty solid range. It's bullish. I know some people think that's bearish, but I think that definitely like the $1 to $2 range is pretty realistic, and I think the $2 to $3 range, if things kind of go right, that $3 to $5 range is to like the highest possible end. I don't think it's going to go over $5, but I could be wrong. That's just my humble opinion. I can see it kind of in that somewhere in that $1 to $3 range, which is a broad range, and it's a long ways away from here. So that's what I only got for today. A lot of exciting stuff, and at the same time, try to think for ourselves here. People talking about how this agreement that was not even an agreement. Saudis still were selling oil and the sterling pound afterwards. doesn't mean that there's the dollar's going down. That some of these people in crypto want to just really act like the dollar is going to be gone tomorrow, and it doesn't work that easy. And even China, they want their currency to be strong, but if it's too strong, no one's buying products from China, and they all hold trillions of dollars of debt of the America, probably dollars too. So they don't want that value to go away. So dollar is on its downward slope because of the U.S. inflation, not inflation, but the U.S. national debt, which they just basically, I don't know, it doesn't seem like they can solve because they're spending too much money. But so you just got to keep everything into perspective, and just try to make the best decisions you can, and try to come out with as much money as you can. So thanks for watching and have a good day.